New York, big city of dreams.
What's going on? This is J Ellis from the Knick Of TIme Show. Here to give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And guess what, guys? We're on our way to the preseason championship because we just beat the Hornets 113-108. That's right, damn it. We are undefeated. And guess what, too? Tom Thibodeau did not coach, but Jalen Brunson did play over 30 minutes today, okay? Jalen Brunson gave you 31 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. He was in regular season form. Bridges looked really good, too. 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Jordan Clarkson gave you 13 points and also had 2 steals. Deuce gives you 15 points, 4 of 6 from 3. Shamet making the case to stay on the team gives you 11 points and shoots 3 of 5 from 3. The Knicks overall, they just put them up. 48 threes attempted for the game, shooting 37%, forcing the Hornets into 21 turnovers, and the Knicks win. All right, and we're going to talk about it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But also, you know what? Like, there were people missing in this game that I also want to talk about. I know people were I was really excited to watch this game, not because it was a preseason game, just because I feel like it was a prerequisite to what could happen on Saturday. So I'm ready to talk about it with you guys. Before we do, let me introduce you to my peoples. First and foremost, it is the Latin assassin, ESPN contributor, posting and toasting contributor, Bleacher Report contributor, my guy Lee Escobedo. What's going on, Lee?
What's up, brother? Great to be here, man. I'm officially starting the quote of Mohamed Diawara. Let's go. I'm a fan why didn't jump on, bro. The kid has lots of sound fundamentals and high ceiling virtues. I really think he could play in the rotation this year. Why the hell not? Somebody make a case for me. I want to hear it. I think he could be in the rotation. He does everything you need from a big stretch 4 with high IQ.
You jumping the gun. I definitely want to talk about Mohamed, though. I definitely want to talk about Mohamed. Listen, I said it before and I say it again. The reason why the Knicks might be more comfortable moving Dadiet is because Mohamed is out here showing the hell out. He looking NBA ready. I'm telling you right now. All right, next we got to introduce you to our guys, the man with the stats and the facts.
Ryan G is in the building. Glad to see the Knicks finish off the preseason with the win. Now let's get to the regular season, the real games. Let's go.
That's when it counts, And of course, one of the newest members of the KOT squad, I consider this the rookie year because he came in like end of the season. So I consider this the rookie year, you know what I'm saying? So rookie potential up and coming rookie of the year, AAU coach B, the motivator. What's good, B?
What's up, fellas? It's always a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Great to have you. Let's get to it, man. There's a lot of storylines to get to, man. We can talk about Jalen Brunson playing with Clarkson, Mkal looking all good. We could talk about Mohamed looking great. I'm starting a new Hive myself. It's like 3 people in there. The Jemison Hive, all right?
Yeah.
If you want to join, Tom? If you want to join me, you can.
I want to join you, bro. I want to join you on that one, too.
I'm kind of like Jemison. I like it.
Great Hive. Who do you have? What's the Hive?
Oh, the Jemison Hive. Shout out to my guy, Doug, on Twitter. It's me and Doug so far, all right?
Is that Mike Brown Jr.?
Mike Brown Jr. Oh my!
Is that the one that look like Mike Brown?
Yeah, he look like he could be a cousin or something. Yeah. But but let's get to it. Let's just get to it. You know what? I'll start with B. B, what are your thoughts on the game today?
Mikal Bridges, of course. Everybody knows that's my man. No, but I'm a big Mikal Bridges fan. I think a lot of people shut him out last year because of they didn't do what they wanted. I still think he had an exceptional year. for a new team, a new role. The team that he played on prior was a losing squad, and he was the main man. He had to come in here and adjust and be maybe the second, third, even the fourth some nights, which is hard for a player like his caliber to adjust to after coming off a season where he was number one option, averaging a crazy career numbers. So I think coming off a career year to come into a facility and still get 17 and still have defensive moments that will be in Knicks history, not just in Knicks history. I think he did amazing, but some people just didn't feel the same way. So I came into this year like I wish he has a year where he just shuts everybody up. And this was one of those games that he showed me that he would do that this year. He's Mr. Do It All. You saw him rebound, pass, shoot. He can do it all. And I'm excited to see him do that with a little bit of, with him, it'll be just a slight load management because, yes, as you know, he was somebody who played an exceptional amount of minutes by doing everything. So sometimes that could put a lot of fatigue on somebody's body, which is why sometimes he missed those open three-pointers. He missed some of those shots that we wanted him to make. So I think I'm excited to see with him playing maybe 4 or 5 less minutes this year, a game, even 6 maybe, and doing what he did today, showing that I could fill in every single slot in here and I can shoot the ball well and I can be somebody that I don't have to boo when I have a bad moment or a bad game.
You know what? When it comes to Mikal Bridges, I did feel like he ate some last season, but I do feel like he left some crumbs on the table. I like he showed up in big moments for sure. We all seen the defensive plays he made versus the Celtics. He had 14 straight points in like a quarter to help us complete a comeback versus the Celtics a few times. But there was also times where, like during the Indiana series, when we needed another ball handler, we couldn't depend on him to bring the ball up. We couldn't depend on him to hit some big shots in that series as well. And defensively, he was up and down. But the playoffs, he was really good defensively. I will say that. So this year, I'm really excited to see Mkal put it all together. What I've seen from him in this preseason so far, it looks like this is the Mkal that we all anticipated we were getting last season, and it looks like it's starting to come this season. So I feel like as a fan base, and just as a team, the Knicks team, I feel like this is the Mkal that we wanted last year, and we're going to get him this year. And I think Mike Brown's system has a lot to do with it. Him having more touches, bringing the ball up has a lot to do with it, and him just knowing what is expected from him has a lot to do with it. Like I really like this game today. I love the game today. The 3-level score. He didn't even see the mid-range all preseason until today. Nope. He unleashed the mid-range. He's still getting to the hole. He hitting those threes. Mkal, to me, has had the best preseason out of any Knick, and he's looking great. He's looking primed to kick some ass during the season.
Lee, now you see why I want to keep him and Jalen 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Keep that there. It works.
Their chemistry is undeniable, no doubt.
Yeah, even this first quarter was like him, Jalen, and Clarkson. That first quarter, like it was working for a second. Even though Clarkson to me got off the rails a little bit later, but that first quarter, you can kind of see the vision when all guys can like pass and dribble, and everybody can get to that floater in that mid range. They all look kind of deadly, played off each other pretty well for sure. Yes. Ryan G, I know you in the building. You got something to say. What's good, my guy?
What's good? There were definitely a lot of good performances tonight. Bridges definitely looked good tonight. I think he was probably the best player in the game tonight on both sides of the floor. He looked really impressive. Brunson pretty much looked like Brunson, getting geared up for the season. He had 6 turnovers, but, it's preseason. You have to shake off that rust before the season comes. So I'm not really going to look too much into that. Also, I think the Clarkson and Brunson backcourt was very interesting in a way. I do like the fact that Clarkson is trying to be more of a facilitator at times rather than just always going for a shot. So I think that's a positive going into the season because I think he had a couple of nice passes. I think he had one pass where I think who was open in the corner for 3? I'm trying to remember. Was it Bridges? I think he saw Bridges in the corner for 3 and wide open, knocked into 3. And I think another pass, I think it was a pick and roll to Hukporti.
Yeah.
for the wide open, not the wide open, but finish off at the basket with a dunk. So I like to see that from Clarkson, because I know last year at Utah, my man was just chucking them up. He was just like, it is what it is. I'm chucking it up every time I get the ball. So I'm glad to see that adjustment from him. And I think like, yeah, Diawara, he's just a guy that just fills the stat sheet. He's not gonna give you like 15, 20 points in a game, but he's a guy that he'll get you some points, he'll get you rebounds, he'll get you assists, plays defense. And I think those guys are very valuable, to a team, especially, guys, coming off the bench. McBride clamps. That's all I'm gonna say about McBride, just clamps. Oh. And yeah, so overall, I mean, there was a lot of, good performances tonight. And I do have one thing to say about Kolek. Like, I know that he's probably not going to get playing time this year, and more than likely he's going to be shipped out, I believe, because I do think the Knicks want to bring in a couple of veterans to come in on the bench. But I will say this, though. The one thing I do like about his game, he does not hold on to the ball. He plays within the flow of the offense. Like, he'll bring the ball up the court, Knicks get into their set, and he'll pass the ball. And like, he won't hold on to the ball for long periods of time. And I think that's the one thing I do like about his game. He's not a guy that's gonna stop. He's not a guy that's gonna like freeze the offense or like try to dribble the air out the ball. He's a guy that bring the ball up the court, pass immediately, gets the ball back, looks for the open guy, pass. So that's one thing I do like about Kolek. But overall, good game for the Knicks, and it's looking positive going into the regular season.
Man. One thing I'm gonna say about Kolek, outside of Jalen Brunson, to me, the person who looked the most comfortable running the offense outside Jalen Brunson, to me was maybe Mkal and Kolek. To me, like, every time Kolek came in the game, it was like the ball went in the place where it's supposed to go. Like, it just did. And I remember talking about Kolek in summer league, and I was like, you know what? Maybe he just needs like NBA players around him to know where to go on offense to kind of unlock himself, because he's a pure point guard first. And when you're a pure point guard and not a scoring point guard, you kind of depend on other players around you to know where to go and know when to shoot and know when to pass. So I kind of feel like maybe the system of Mike Brown's system, and just being able to play with other NBA players who aren't just trying to make a team, who don't know like the system, like the other guys who know what to do, I feel like it's making him look better, even when he's not having good scoring nights. He's like, I'm giving this go ahead pass. I know to whip the ball around to the left to right side. He just looks a lot more comfortable today. Even though he didn't score 18 points, he just looked comfortable running the offense. Yeah. Liam, what you got to say, man? You sitting here patiently.
Man, this was a beautiful game. This was so much fun to watch. I like that he was even a little bit close down the stretch. This was not a great Charlotte team. This isn't, to me, the team that was out there tonight is not as good as the Washington team that we faced earlier this week. But there was still a lot of opportunities for our second and third string guys. We did some burn tonight. We saw Mike Brown implement more of an offense, more sets. I tweeted about a few things I saw. There was the double drag strings that involved a lot of guards, including Shamet and Mikal Bridges. We saw some down strings with Hukporti, as well as Jemison. And I thought they both executed really well in that. There was also lots of relocation, lots of guys moving off ball, didn't try to be open and present more driving lanes for whoever was on ball, whether it be Tyler Kolek or Jalen Brunson. But what I liked the most were the dribble handoffs right at the nail. Right at the free throw line, you saw Jemison, you saw Hukporti, even Yabusele. I think all of our guys that we've drafted to where we have high IQ guys that fit well with set plays. Whatever system you're running, there's 10, 15 plays that every system has. All these guys are capable of executing. Those dribble handoffs right at the nail. You saw our bigs give examples of the really clean looks that some of these guys can get going downhill, or, man, half a team has a floater and a push shot. That's tons of opportunities coming off of that curl. Catching and then driving to the rim, or if you're Brunson or Bridges, catching, driving, pulling back and fading away, or getting all the way to the hoop. The layup packages with all the guards and perimeter players tonight were really solid, including Diawara, who really impressed me. So to me, what I saw was, last game, the one loss we had was an aberration, because that was a lot of free-flowing, read and react, and half the team's brand new, including a lot of the Alex Lynn, Brogdon, when those guys were playing. This was a more truncated rotation. We're talking about who didn't play later. But I love the chemistry. And if you add 8-10 wrinkles to every play down court, every possession had multiple options, and guys were executing. I really liked how everyone, the high IQ, executing those half-court sets.
Yeah, those dribble handoffs at the nail, the free throw line, with, like you said, those in particular kind of popped off the screen for me. Like one that pass that Mkal passed Diawara, he didn't finish it, but that was one of the plays where was and I was like, I wish he dunked it. I wish he did. But those were one of those sets that it seemed like we're really good at running right now. And I just like the versatility because, like, depending on what's happened, like you said, we can either throw that lob to the person cutting, or we got 3 guys who can hit floaters, and that same type of play worked 3 different times with different reads. So you can start to see like the offense start to come together with these guys.
That's a wrinkle Mike Brown implemented that Tibbs really started that. He started it way back behind the 3-point line. Most of actions were initiated in a high pick and roll, 5 feet behind the line. Now, Brunson's unbelievable there, but not everyone might be comfortable. OG's better at that nail. Josh Hart's better at that nail. So, man, you got to play to your personnel. And I like what the adjustments Mike Brown is making.
Yeah. And can we talk about Mo some more? Can we talk about Mo some more, man?
Before we get into Mo real quick, I did want to, you did state something about you seeing Tyler Kolek comfortable. I don't know if it's just me, but I think he plays like he doesn't want to make mistakes. There's times where he does have a shot, and I feel like he doesn't take it. I think there's times where he's very good at passing the ball. That I would give him. He will pass that ball. He will get it ahead, especially if he's behind. He will get that ball up ahead. But I think the shooting part is what worries me a lot. He looks like he doesn't want to miss a shot or make a mistake or turn the ball over. So sometimes he may hesitate to do the next step. I only see him comfortable when he knows for sure. And in the game of basketball, you got to just play. It's not like anything is guaranteed. There might be turnovers. There may be missed shots. And I think that just comes with, again, us not playing him a lot. Every time he plays, his job is on the line. And that's nervous for anybody. If anytime I walked into the office, I knew that when I left tonight, I might not be able to come back tomorrow. I'm going to make sure everything is stamped, everything is sealed, everything is there. And I'm not going to sit and just kind of push anything to the side. So that's the only thing that I do. He doesn't look 100% comfortable to me. I think that's where sometimes when I watch his game, it worries me a little bit. Because I think that I wish that we would have shaken that off last year. So that way he could, if God forbid anything was to happen and he had to be implemented into the lineup, he could run our secondary offense, or he could possibly be put into the rotation. But I feel like every time he is put into the rotation, there is that big factor, that what if I don't play well? And that makes somebody, I don't know, it seems like he plays like what if I don't play well? And I'd rather just see him play breathing.
You know what? I felt like the times where I felt like he played the best today is when there was a lot of movement. Kind of like what Ebony says, like how Mkal plays better with movement. I kind of feel like the same thing could be said about Kolek when he's like a lot of running and down screens and stuff like that. He's like, he doesn't really have to think. He's just kind of relying on his basketball instincts. And I think that's when he looks more comfortable shooting and passing, or like, oh, the ball, like, or I got this rebound right by the basket. Here's a shot because I know I'm supposed to take this shot. So it's like I do agree with you on that. He does overthink sometimes. I don't think it was that bad today, to be honest with you. But I do agree with your assessment of Tyler Kolek for sure. And you know what, too? Shout out to Deuce and shout out to the lineups, because the defense, like I said, is going to be a problem. He got picked on defensively. Like, he's going to get picked on defensively.
Yeah.
But the times where
he had to steal.
You got to steal today. But then it's like, if you have to play lineups that support him, kind of like with Jalen Brunson. Yeah. Like, towards the end of the game, it was he was playing next to Deuce. He's playing next to Deuce. He's playing next to Diawara. He was playing next to Jemison. He's playing next to Mikal Bridges. All those guys are like long defenders, lanky. So it's like when he was out there with those guys, he it didn't look as bad. Like the defense didn't look as bad. They actually forced a steal when him and Deuce had a double team. I think if you're going to play, you have to have those type of lineups. But we still have to reserve those type of lines for Jalen Brunson too. So that becomes a conundrum.
Right. They're gonna have to sub for each other, literally, because
pretty much. But this was a decent showing by Kolek. Not the 18-point game thing, but it's like right now what we need more is a facilitator. We'll see though. We'll see if this raises his trade value, or the Knicks go, we'll hold on to him because we just need another guy to run the offense. We'll see how this goes.
We'll see though, because we go back to Mo, because you mentioned somebody who might be able to ball handle a little bit.
Yo, Mo. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, when Mo was bringing up the ball in the fast break, he looked a little bit out of control, and I was nervous. But then he gathered himself and finished the layup, and I was like, okay, well,
but there's
something there, you know. All right, he looked out of control, but he got it together.
You see,
he has like a nice little
that's
touch.
what I meant. He plays very freely, like he doesn't care if he makes a mistake. He was like, I got the ball, I'm going down. But I gotta relax a sec. So that's where do you see the difference right there? Like Diawara, I didn't see him at all play like I'm scared to do anything. He got a rebound, he was dribbling. He got a shot, he was taking it. Even though he went 0 for 3, but
yeah, he went 0 for 3. All the shots look good, but I think what impressed me a lot about him is, like you said, he doesn't really hesitate, but also it's the intangibles he has, right? He played 20 minutes and had 7 rebounds. He was extremely active off ball, causing deflections and steals. He's long as all hell. And when you're active and play defense and can get steals and shows a little bit of a float, he has a touch for a guy that size too. It's just one of those things that make you go, type of moments. Like, wait a minute, even though he's a rookie, like Lee said, maybe he can do something. Maybe he can contribute this season. And it's like, the thing is, this is not Thibodeau anymore. Mike Brown will play you for a few minutes. Even if you are a rookie, if he's showing something. He looks fundamentally sound defensively. So I like him, man. He looks really good. He
reminds me of a dollar store Lamar Odom. And I mean that with pure respect and admiration, because Lamar Odom is a dog, but I'm not going to compare him to a Hall of Famer, right? I mean, maybe a Hall of Famer later, not right now. But Lamar Odom, man, championship piece. And Diawara has a lot of those instincts. He's smarter than the average player in like every capacity. What made him special is like Jemison, we talked about Hukporti, Sims when we had him, that nail action, they're very limited on what they can do. But the passing's all we need from that position. But Diawara in that spot, he can have shades of, and Mike Brown talked about this with Yabusele, he can play as a 3, or he can be a 4, or he can be a 5 because of his ability to put the ball on the floor and make quick decisions. Coming off that action, dynamic. When you have that and you're playing concepts, as Alan Hahn said, of offensive sets, he's the kind of guy you want out there because he can play multiple positions at one time within a set. Like, that's something that Karl-Anthony Towns has struggled to do. That's something that Julius Randle has struggled to do. But if we have someone who's a Lamar Odom type ball handling point forward, that opens up the offense. There's no one else on the roster we have that's like that, but Hart is so undersized. Diawara takes to a whole nother level of intangibles. If he can really get his game together, get that 3-point shot consistent, he could be a great wrinkle, in my opinion. That's why I say put him in a rotation.
Listen, it can happen. Like, Josh Hart has been MIA since the back spasms. That kind of gives opportunities for the next man up. So with Josh Hart down, you might see more Shamet than we thought. We might see more Diawara than we thought. One of the things that, as a guy who supported Tibbs, one of the things that did drive me crazy about Tibbs is when we played these long, lanky teams, and he still kept going with the undermanned, undersized players. And you can visibly see that the size hurt us. And I'm just like, just throw somebody else out there just to see what happens, because McBride is not able to guard this 6'9" dude like for 38 minutes straight. And I think Mike Brown is going to do that, and I think we're going to see him have some opportunity to kind of prove himself this season. Maybe I'm just being too hopeful because we are Knicks fans. We love our young guys, but he looks really good. He looks really good.
Yep. Jay, since I've been on the show, I haven't really hyped up any of the young guys. I've never been a real strong young guy, play with kids type dude. Diawara, I am fully delusionally on board with. But it's just like what you see, you're shocked that he went into the second round and he was this NBA ready. What did scouts miss? This guy should have been a first-round pick, late first-round pick, absolutely.
I don't know. You got to give it up to Walt Perrin, man. Walt Perrin finds those gems consistently. We find those gems, and looks like we might have found another one, a little diamond in the rough. So I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to shoot. And also, listen, and you know what's funny? Else is funny too. Ariel Hukporti. I assumed he was going to start.
I was shocked at that too.
Yeah.
But I can see why he played his son instead. Not just good.
Yo.
They look alike, man.
Here we go again. You know, first the Brunsons, now the Browns. Okay.
But as high as you are on Diawara, that's how high I am as Hukporti as a backup center. I think it's so cool how we have a defensive center, and then we could come in and get an offensive center. I like Hukporti's offensive game. I know sometimes you want to replace what you took out and put it in, but it's nice to have a center. Like, it reminds me of Heart 2.0. Gotta have a big who can score too. And no, nothing to Mitch, but Mitch is a lobber, and we're not gonna be able to throw lobs every possession, every game. He's either cleaning up or lobbing. It's gonna be rare that he's gonna pull up and hit a 15-footer, and Hukporti showed that I have a floater. I saw him warming up, hitting some 3-pointers. That really made my heart. I was like, oh, and this jumper looked smooth. He runs the court. He runs. So most likely you don't need to lob it to him. Just bring it down the court. He'll get it and he'll finish. So I'm very big on Hukporti. I really hope he stays healthy, and I think that he's a name that we're going to hear more and more and more. As Knicks fans, we already know the name, but I think the NBA is going to know the name.
Great take, sis. Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, and I like his NBA timing on screen and rolls.
He's a good screener. He's a good screener.
Yeah, it's the screening and the timing, because sometimes as a big man, you gotta like screen and you roll too fast and you kind of miss the pocket. He screens, waits for the pass. I like his offensive feel on the timing of those type of things are really good already. I really like that for sure. The defense, the defense he tries, man. That motor is there. Like the motor is improved from last season to this season too as well. But I'm not even gonna hold you though. I know you talking about trading a player to bring on 2 veterans. Jemison is a 2-way player on a 2-way contract. A part of me is like, do we need like another big man here?
Yeah.
Just in case? Because hear me out now. Yabusele today, right? Defensively, he can be shaky, but way better on the perimeter than he is as a 5. Like way better. Like he moves his feet and guards the perimeter way better than he is a rim protector. So it's like in the real world situation where we don't have Mitch, right? And because Mitch is going to be sitting in the game, we have Ariel Hukporti playing the starting center spot, and in the backup we have Yabusele. It makes me a little nervous. I'm not gonna hold you. It makes me a little nervous. After that Wizards game, I was just like, I don't know about this Yabusele at the 5 thing.
I guess
I don't know, man. I kind of feel like, and the thing about Jemison too, yes, I do love those centers who can score, but fundamentally, he's so freaking good. I don't understand. Okay, I don't think you guys understand how hard it is for a big to rotate to a guy who's on the move.
I do.
Okay,
it's hard.
Maybe
it's hard.
On the move, block the shot while he's on the move, and not foul him. And like the instinct to do that while you're not guarding him, you're guarding somebody else. You're guarding somebody else. You see somebody on the move, you switch on to him. You get in front of him, protect your body from between him and the basket and be able to block the shot and not foul him. Like the instincts it takes to do that, the basketball IQ it takes to do that is really high. So I was really impressed with his blocks. I was really impressed with a lot of his defensive stands that this looked like really sound defensive mechanics that He's not a guy who's gonna blow. He's not a guy that's gonna like blow you away. He's just a guy that, damn, okay, we don't have Mitch. We have somebody reliable who can play solid defense and is tall enough to guard opposing centers and give us some remnants of rim protection.
Shout out East Blue Drew. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
No, all I was gonna say is that the reason why I was an advocate for Mitch being inserted into the starter lineup next to Cat was because of Hukporti and seeing how he's played in the preseason, how he's developed. Now, the thing about needing another big, I guess it depends on how you look at it, because, like, say, for example, Mitch gets injured, you know, and then all you have is Cat and Huck. Well, if that's the case, like, you can always shift back to where it's like, okay, you know, you're gonna make Cat start at the 5 and then bring Huck off the bench if that happens, you know. So having that fourth big isn't like an absolutely necessary need, but it would be nice to, you know, just for insurance, just in case something does happen and you want to stick to that 2 big starting lineup, then yeah, you would, you know, Jemison would be useful in that situation. But I think the Knicks have enough centers where it's like, even if one does get hurt, I think you can still work it out with, like, at least, you know, you just, if Mike Brown goes to a 2 big lineup to start the season, you can always, you know, shift to like a 1 big lineup and go from there. But
Cat more divide pretty much.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jay. We need another big, but to me, it is Tre Jemison. I don't think we need to sign someone or try to keep Alex Len. To me, Tre Jemison can, because Cat can be the 4, he can be the 5. And then you have Diawara, who can play with 3, the 4, maybe even small ball 5, like Precious Achiuwa last year. I think we have a lot of versatility. Agree with you as well. Yabusele should never be playing the 5. I don't think Mike Brown is, but man, Mike Brown saw what Kevon Looney could do in Golden State as a defensive anchor, another highly sound, fundamental big who can play a little bit of 4, has maybe some pick and pop action, but it's good in pick and roll, sets really good screens. As East Blue Drew said, communicates on switches on defense. Him and Diawara were very vocal, especially when they had him at the nail there. The nail is typically where the team's best defender is moving, because he has outlets to 2 possible options happening within a set. And they had Diawara in that spot a lot, and they had Jemison in that spot a lot, which means Mike Brown trusts them to be anchor of a defense and be the communicator to everybody too on switches. So, I mean, Mike Brown said 9.5 to 10-man rotation. To me, that means there are situational players that can play based on injuries, and we have 3 guys that are becoming injury prone. No offense to any of them, but also just what the rotation demands. Who are we playing that night? What do we need to load up on? Now we have a cachet of different positional guys that can play more than one position. That's a plus.
Good point. Both good points. I'm curious. I mean, I guess that's why he's on a 2-way. So we do have Cat. So I guess we do get desperate, we can bring him up and have him play some center on some games after he plays the G League. So I guess it makes sense as it stands. I have to remember that Cat's going to be in rotation. So I guess the way it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Salute to Parish Thugger, who gives a $5 super chat. Is it me, or did Hukporti abandon his offensive mindset from last year? He wouldn't look at the basket, and he kept getting knocked down in traffic. Did he abandon his offensive mindset?
I could kind of see where he's maybe getting at, for the sole fact that Hukporti wasn't anything defensive last year. He was solely, if he came in, it was to score.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think he's learning to play both ends, so he doesn't rely on the fact that he can just score. He can also play defense too. But no, I think this preseason he showed that he has a float. I mostly saw the floater. The floater is what really amazed me, that you need a big with a floater, and I wish Mitch had a floater. So I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys saw that. I don't think he went away from the offense.
I don't think so either. I just think he's not the point guard. So like, he's as a center, you get the ball when you get the ball. You get the ball when you're getting the ball off of lobs. You're getting the ball off of fast breaks. You're getting the ball off of pick and rolls, screen and rolls. So when the screen and rolls are available, I felt like he got a pass of a screen and roll, and He finished that one. Then I feel like a few other ones, they chose to go with the floater because maybe they guarded the screen and roll or whatever. That was only today in particular, but I think in general he's an offensive guy. He went 2 for 2. But I think in general he's an offensive guy. It's just learning the system and who you're playing with and stuff like that. I think he's super aggressive to me. I don't think he's lost any of that.
Yeah, and I also think that, I mean, I don't know why Parrish thought that, but also at the same time, like Hukporti, like he's not really an offensive focal point for he's not a really offensive focal point. So it's like there's not really a need for him to like be super aggressive on the offensive side of the ball because, like the way Big score in the Knicks system is more so unless it's Cat, because Cat is an offensive beast. And he's more of a focal point. But like when it comes to bigs like Mitch, Hukporti, etc., it's more so like the opportunities, that's given to them through pick and roll. Or like, for example, with Hukporti with the floater, like if they pass it to him in the paint and he sees an opening for the floater, he takes it. Like he's not really an offensive focal point. So I don't think it's really him not being aggressive on offense. I think it's more so him just getting his points within the flow of the game. You know what I mean? So... And it's good to see that he's gotten better on the defense side of the ball as well.
Great. That's a great take.
Absolutely. Moving on to some of the subplots of today's game, because I know we talked about the game, but there's also like a few subplots from the game. One of them happens to be Shamet versus Garrison Mathews. I saw a few people kind of pulling for Garrison Mathews to get the spot. I saw some people pulling for Shamet. I feel like the fan base might be split. I don't know. Me, after watching these games, I'm still Shamet high right now. I can give my reasons why a little bit later, but I want to hear what you guys have to say first. Lee, Shamet or Garrison?
Shamet. Man, I was exuding Shamet's praises on defense, especially in transition to playoffs last year when things just really fell apart defensively in the Indiana series. He's one of 3 guys I thought absolutely still busted his ass on defense, and not just gave effort, because Precious gives effort. He plays really smart. I talked earlier about these guys that Leon is collecting around Brunson. They all have really high IQs, both sides of the ball. Whatever scheme you throw out there and say, all right, we're going to play, the zone, or we're going to switch to man, or we're going to switch all ball screens. He can do whatever, and he always stands out as a high IQ, aggressive defender. So I think Garrison Mathews is a way better shooter. Shamet's starting to find a shot very early like he did last year in preseason. I like the movement shooting I saw tonight from Shamet in the corners. Mathews is a better sniper, but Shamet has some dribble ability and the on-ball pressure. The defense on the perimeter, to me, keeping his body between the man and the basket and cutting off passing lanes. I'm like, bro, that's like I'm watching Bruce Bowen level IQ. Not necessarily ability, but IQ. To me, you gotta go Shamet.
Man, I agree wholeheartedly. Ryan, what you thinking?
Yeah, for me, it's Shamet as well. For all the reasons Lee stated, and also just the fact that, Shamet knows the roster, he knows the players, so that familiarity is there as well. And also for like a brief moment in the game when Shamet and Brunson were playing together in the backcourt, he took over some of the ball handling responsibilities as well. And, and I think one of the focal points for Mike Brown this season is to have Brunson play off ball sometimes, that Shamet can allow Brunson to play off ball if they're on the court together. So for those reasons, I mean, like Lee said, Mathews he's a flamethrower from 3. Like the dude can shoot the hell out the ball, but I think for what the Knicks need right now, Shamet is a good enough shooter. He offers a secondary ball handler, and he's good on the defensive side of the ball. So for me, it's Shamet.
Yeah, I feel like I see a theme happening. What you think it be?
I was unanimous. For the obvious reasons that my brother stated, but I'm big on chemistry. I think chemistry is why you win a championship. Chemistry is one of the formulas that you have to implement there, whether it be at the bottom, but it's there. And he has chemistry. A lot of us, Mkal likes him. A lot of people in the lineup already vouch for him to return. So that's the biggest reason why. But the other reason is we named a bunch of players that there's one reason why we like them, and then there's another reason why we don't. With Shamet, he can play offense and he can play defense. You want more
Hey.
people that can do both jobs. That's why we don't want to play the Koleks. That's why sometimes we struggle with Brunson. That's why sometimes Towns is a pain in the ass. You want guys where they're not a bother. Garrison Mathews will be a bother to me on defense. It's nice when we need a quick bucket, but he would have to be. It was going to be a lot of times where you have somebody waiting on the sideline to get him right back out because he cannot play on the other side of the ball. And I just rather us have lineups where the lineups flow for several minutes, several possessions, even a quarter. I don't really think we need sets of things right now. Thinking about that right now, like Garrison Mathews would be amazing during a playoff run because you need 3-point shooting. But during the season, I don't think that we would miss him very much. I think we would miss Shamet tremendously. And I would never forget, he's the only person that I ever saw stop. What's the point guard from the Pacers? He is on the top of my head.
Oh, we talk about McConnell?
Yes, TJ McConnell. He is the only man I've ever stopped. When TJ gets in his bag, I'm sorry, I forgot his name for a second, but when TJ gets in his bag, TJ is really one of the most unstoppable players. He's like one of those funny guys that when they get in their bags, forget about it. You're not stopping them. And I did actually witness that with my own eyes, and it was amazing to see because I kept saying, can somebody stop him? So to know that he will step up to somebody who's hot and might cause a havoc for them, you got to keep that guy. You got to take that guy. And I'm okay with him having that. I think we only like Garrison for the sole fact that we struggled with 3-point shooting, and now we are a big 3-point shooting team. So it'd be nice to have a guy who can do it. But with seeing how Mkal and Jalen Brunson is shooting that ball, Yabusele and Clarkson, they'll drop it as well as Miles. We'll have guys who can shoot threes at his level. Who knows? Might be shockers. Might have a few people in the 40% range this year. But I don't think, aside from 3-pointing, there's not much that Garrison Mathews impresses me with.
Yeah, the McConnell stopper must return. Okay.
Yes.
I was listen. When you're playing basketball, right? I think it's important to have versatility. It really is, because at some point, even good shooters, even great shooters, even Stephen Curry, there's gonna a time when they can't shoot the ball into the ocean, and when you can't shoot the ball into the ocean, what else can you do can contribute to winning? When we played the Wizards the last game, he couldn't hit the ball in the ocean. And that's not going to be the norm for him, because of course he's a career 40% shooter. But it's like, all right, cool. What else are you contributing outside of not, shooting the ball? How is he defensively? Can he play make? Can he bring the ball up? Can he do other things to affect winning? And I think Shamet has him beat in all those areas. And then although Garrison might have Shamet beat in shooting, I don't think it's not some wide gap where it's like, oh man, it's like, oh, Garrison got 42% and Shamet got 40. It's like, and I think people forget that Shamet could shoot because he was coming into the season last season not healthy. So like a lot of those games where he was shooting bad was an anomaly to me. It's like I'm playing myself back into NBA shape after coming off an injury, after not being in rhythm for months. And then, okay, I know I'm a shooter and I've been shooting 40% from 3 my career, but like I'm also human. I'm not AI. I need to warm up. I need to get going first. All right. So I was like, I feel like people forget that players are human. They're not just their stats. They have to play into a rhythm, and they didn't give him a chance to play into a rhythm. And then by the time he got into rhythm, it was the playoffs, and Tom Thibodeau didn't play him enough, in my opinion.
He had a good month. There was a month that he had where he was shooting crazy.
Oh no, yeah, towards the end of the month. Towards the end of the month.
But I'm glad you mentioned the injury, because people forget what type of injury it was. It was his shoulder. You need your shoulders to shoot the ball. So I'm actually more impressed now that you reminded me that of the year that he had after losing something that's very pivotal to shooting the ball. Exactly.
Imagine hitting, like losing your shooting shoulder and have to rehab that and get the mechanics back right. It's like, all right, like sometimes people are a little bit unreasonable in their process of how players.
He reminded them tonight though, 3 for 5.
No, he right. No, he's back because he's been healthy all season. So he good. So I fully expect him to be able to shoot the hell out the rock, and he's gonna be fine. So I'm definitely rooting for Shamet to get that spot over Mathews for sure.
I think it's unanimous.
Yeah, you see now. Okay, I didn't even expect that. Nobody even thought, but okay. Okay, cool. Panel. Is there anything to Dadiet not playing today?
Yes.
Are they packing his bags already? I didn't even see him. Was he even on the bench?
He was on the bench.
Okay. Maybe I'm. I feel like the suitcases are packed, dog. I don't know. Like
It's funny because they did zoom in on Garrison Mathews' face at one point, and he looked very sad. And I was like, "Yeah, his time's up."
Yeah, his time is up for sure. So you think Dadiet is going?
Me?
Lee.
Yes. Also, want to give a quick shout out to our guy Silt Sutton, who did a $4.99 super chat. Dadiet gone. Perfect timing. Mo is the man. Jameson is a better offensive Sims. Let's go Knicks. Agree on.
No, that's a good take.
All fronts,
yeah.
bro. All fronts. And I was Sim Hive. I even had wow. No, Dadiet gone. I think someone has to go. I think they want that flexibility. No matter what, they want the ability to sign someone they need to. Jay, you know how I feel. It should be Spencer Dinwiddie. If that doesn't happen, I think they need this spot for some type of roster flexibility because they want to stay under that second apron. And I think they see that Dadiet doesn't have a role. He can't play the 4 ever if we have Diawara and Jamison outperforming. There's no role at the 4, which means all the minutes have to come to the 3 because he's too slow to play the 1. I'd rather see Shamet. So to me, he's out the door. I actually think Kolek has surpassed him in the rotation and in terms of the future and short-term plans around the roster.
What about you, Ryan? 'Cause I feel like Ryan felt like Kolek might be gone.
I mean, look, I was just saying that just in case. I mean, to be honest, if I'm going to be real about it, the fact that they played Kolek means the Knicks are like, you know what, I want to see what Kolek got. You know what I mean? Like we're at least considering, at least keeping him on the roster. The fact that they played him, the fact that Dadiet didn't get any playing time, period. I mean, that can't be a good sign, because I would think that with it being the final preseason game and knowing that he's not going to get much playing time during the season, you'd at least want to see like, okay, like, can Dadiet show us something for us to like want to like keep him on the roster and things of that nature. So I think the fact that they sat him down it's more than likely open up the suitcase, put your clothes in there, lock it up. You about to be shipped out. So
damn, chocolate blur.
Yeah.
I mean, could they just be showcasing Kolek?
That could be it too. Like, I don't know, man. But I mean, not playing Dadiet, period. That can't be a good sign, man. It can't be.
I agree.
I think it's he made a statement starting Diawara. That was a statement, and he said in the presser, "I did that because he earned it in practice." That is a statement starting him. It's also a statement not even playing Garrison Mathews and Mikal Dadiet.
I don't take the Garrison Mathews thing because they didn't play Shamet the other game. So I feel like it was like you know what? All right, Shamet, you sit down. Garrison gets a shot. Now, Garrison, you sit down. Shamet gets a shot. But the Dadiet thing does stand out to me because Diawara has played every game. Even if he didn't play big minutes, he played every game. So the fact that Dadiet didn't play at all, to me, is like, whoa, okay. Interesting. But I think you're right. I feel like he might be gone by tomorrow.
I think you have to. It's tricky because you sit players for several reasons. One, I don't need you, or two, you cannot get hurt because I need you. So that's where I'm kind of troublesome on Dadiet because it would have been nice to showcase him, but it's also probably why we didn't because something can happen and then we can't trade him. Injury can happen very quickly and then boom, there goes that. I know I was speaking to somebody earlier on one of the spaces on Knicks Twitter, and they were discussing that his age. He's only 20. Why give up on a 20-year-old? And I made a video on it. Follow me on TikTok if you guys don't. A championship window doesn't stay open for very long. It's only open for so long. After a while, if you keep your window open all night, you're gonna get thieves that come in and steal. You can't leave your window open for so long. At some point, you have to close the door. And this is the year where the window's wide open, and we have to take advantage of it. We don't have time for a 20-year-old wing to learn how to consistently shoot a 3-ball and learn how to consecutively play the wing defensively. We don't have time for that. We only have time for guys who can come in and contribute right away. With Tyler Kolek being a little bit older, I think that's where he does get the advantage. I know it sucks with the playing with both of them. They were rookies last year. They played under Tom Thibodeau. But Tyler's older, and Tyler has something that we need. We need a facilitator. He can facilitate. There's nothing that Dadiet does right now at 20 years old that we need on a contender, on a championship team, except get us possibly some picks or somebody that can contribute to our championship roster.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too. The value of our guys, our young guys, in Dadiet and Kolek aren't as high as we thought. From what I've heard from the putback from Ian, our teams are wanting us to attach a second round pick. So it's not even like we're going to be getting a pick. Most likely, it might be we have to send a pick to move him, which makes this decision even crazier. But I do agree with you. I had that same sentiment about championship windows. I had a whole soliloquy about that like last week. So I'm definitely on board with that, especially considering, like I said before, Halliburton is down. The Celtics are out the way. The Knicks are top 2 team in the East. Not 2. Sorry. So it's like, we got to move now. And with the way the CBA is set up, with the way these aprons are set up, we got to be strategic. But it's like, our best chance at a championship it might be this year, next year. It's right now. And even like I said before, like we don't know how long this team is going to be together. We got Yabusele here, we got Clarkson here. We're right under the apron. We got Mitchell Robinson, who might be moved if we don't come up with a deal of McBride. It's just a lot of things that we have to take care of next season. So, like, we got to move this season. We have to move this season.
I have a crazy take, too. I'm going to keep it on my mind real quick. There was somebody who impressed me on the opposite team that I was like, how do we get him on our team? And his name is Colin Sexton. How do we get Colin Sexton on this side? Somebody tell me. I wish Fritz was here. I see him on the bottom there, but...
Ryan G, that's your guy.
Ryan, tell me how do we get Colin Sexton on this roster? Because I feel
him for Clarkson.
Do business with him. How do we get that man?
Trade him for Clarkson.
It's just funny because I remember when Colin Sexton was entering the draft. That's who I wanted the Knicks to draft in that draft. And
I remember.
Yeah, Colin Sexton, like he's a player that he just got a lot of dog in him. Like he's a dog on the court on both sides of the ball, and I think he's going to be pretty good on the Charlotte team because, I mean, look at the Charlotte team. I mean, I like to call it YN University. Like it's just a bunch of young guys on the team, and my man's gonna have a green light. Basically, I mean, he's gonna come off the bench full of mellow, but when that guy's in the game, he's just gonna have a green light. So I expect him to put up crazy stats this season off the bench.
Oh my God! Yeah, I remember back in the day, Ryan. We had the debates. I definitely remember you was definitely into Colin Sexton. So
yes, sir.
I'm not gonna lie, I would trade Clarkson for Sexton. I'm not even gonna hold you. All right.
We just kidding, Clarkson.
Listen, deadline. We might piss off somebody. We might piss off. Oh my gosh, we might piss off Rich Paul if we do that though. So that might be a bad. It might be a bad move long term. But I'm with you. For sure. And we just made up Rich Paul, so it's like, damn, to piss him off this fast would be bad. All right. Hold on. Breaking news though. Gamer Channel says Ian Begley just reported the Knicks will waive Garrison Mathews ahead of the 5 p.m. deadline tomorrow. Probably why he was looking like somebody stole his cookies when he was on the bench today.
He'll get a job though.
Nah, he's gonna be picked right up. Like right up. Listen, man, I appreciate everything you've done for us, Garrison Mathews. You put up a hell of a fight. You shot well for us a few games. Good luck whenever team you go to. Hopefully, you do not go to the Cavs or the.
Don't even speak in this. La 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 la.
Once a Knick, always a Knick.
I feel like every time y'all say something on here, I wake up the next day and it's on Twitter, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Then I wake up the next day, Spencer waved. I'm like, I know that was Lee who waved him. Like Lee waved him, and he's trying to get him on.
Oh my god, bad. If Spencer says one of the Knicks, that's bad juju. Damn it! All right.
No Spencer
Who else got waved? Dennis Smith. I'm like, Dennis Smith is waved now. I'm like, that's these guys. Y'all work with the Knicks somehow. I can't
you don't want Dennis Smith Jr. over here?
No. Again, if we're gonna take a Knick back, AB, what's up? We come through. We got you.
Listen, I made the case.
That's the only Knick I'll take back right now. Everybody else,
man. This
and
might be the first year I'm not in the
Melo.
AB hive. I've been bringing him back for like last few years. This might be the first year I'm just like, you know what, nah.
Over it.
I enjoyed pissing Ryan off last year. Was it the year before? When I was like, yeah, bring him back. He had that same face he has right now. He had that same exact
He would have been perfect on the roster last year. The year that just passed, he would have been good on our roster last year. But I don't trust him under Tibbs, so no.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't think he can run. I think he's gonna look like yeah, he's gonna look like he's gonna look like what's homie that just retired? He's gonna look like him trying to run with the Knicks today.
Michael Brogdon.
Yeah, he's gonna look like Brogdon trying to run. I don't know about him running.
I was dying laughing when it says Michael Brogdon now waved. I'm like, of course he's waved. He retired.
Yeah, Brogdon waved himself.
What do you guys feel about the Tosan guy? I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Oh yeah, Tosan.
He impressed me in the few minutes that he played for us in the preseason games.
I like him.
Yeah,
I like him. He looks pretty good offensively. He had like a slow step. You know, that's like the new NBA move right now. The slow step where you drive fast and you take one.
Yeah.
Two. He had like a slow step at the buzzer that I was like, okay, that was nice. He has a okay jumper too. I kind of like him. I'm not gonna lie. There's no room for him, but I kind of like him.
Isn't he signed to a 2-way contract on the Knicks?
Yes.
He's one of the guys, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
So we can keep him.
Just checked.
That's what's up.
He is a 2-way player, yeah.
He ain't gonna see the time of day.
So Dadiet is most definitely out the door. I promise you, he is out the door. That's another wing. He can play the 3 and the 4.
I feel you. Yeah, okay. Listen, the only other news that I want to touch on, I don't even know how to take this seriously because he don't
What?
He be on and off sometimes with the news. There's the people that I listen to when I say, okay, this might happen. The Shams, even though Shams is kind of shaky to me right now. Shams, Ian Begley, when those guys say something, I'm like, okay, things might happen. As Windhurst reported that Mitchell Robinson and the Knicks have been talking about an extension. And Mitchell Robinson hasn't really been feeling it. Like, he hasn't really been receptive to it. So I don't know if there's smoke or fire there. I don't know how accurate that is because, like I said, I haven't read it from Ian. If Ian doesn't say it, then I don't know.
Okay. As long as if Ian didn't say it to it, then I don't care. La la la.
Yeah. Hopefully it's all BS. Hopefully it's all BS.
It might should be the money. Do we have money to give him $20 million a year?
It might be the money because he got $14 million. I've seen him interact with fans, and it was like, "Yo, Mitch, take a pay cut." He started laughing.
I would too. I mean, you need me, pay me, but we can't.
Mitch is arguably one of the most important Knicks here.
Yes.
Because you see how we are when we have a top top defensive center next to Brunson and Cat. Like we actually really need a top defensive center next to Cat and Brunson for this thing to work. So it's weird because he is like we really need him, but also he doesn't play a lot of games. So it's like because you don't play a lot of games in the season, I feel like financially you might be capped. But then at the same time, if there's a team that's desperate for a big man, they can throw whatever money they have at him. So like this is gonna be interesting. Hopefully it's all BS and he wants to stay a Knick. But who knows, man? Mitch marches to the beat of his own drum.
Facts, and I will say this because the Knicks do have a history of if a player's up for an extension and the Knicks cannot reach an extension with the player, they usually trade that player for assets. Yep. So I think that's something to watch out for in the future.
Right, but this is that's usually what happens, but this one is even trickier because
Mitch.
Like we need Mitch for a run.
Yeah.
And I think he's the longest tenure on the roster, correct?
Yes,
right. So like even if you move him, if you're trying to seriously make a run, who do you replace him with? Like that's going to have a similar impact.
Do not say Walker Kessler, chat.
I know, and I already say people are going to say Walker Kessler, but to get Walker Kessler, you're going to have to give up Deuce as well, and that's going to get into our depth, which is going to make it further hard for us to get a chip. So it's like this is not that easy to me. Like you can't trade your best point of attack defender and your best lob threat and defensive anchor and seriously say we're trying to win a chip in this year.
I'm about to drop a nasty hot take. That is to piss people off. Mitchell Robinson to me is the second most important player on this roster. To me, he is more important than Karl-Anthony Towns, more important than Bridges or OG. He is the second most important player on this roster after Jalen Brunson. Every single team has won a championship since my mind can recollect has a Mitchell Robinson on their team, whether it's a 4 who does a lot of the Mitch stuff or the traditional 5. All of them have it. OKC benched iHeart and had keep Chet because Chet could defend the rim and iHeart was getting dog walked again in the finals of Pascal Siakam. You gotta have the rim protector. It's absolutely crucial. So if we go in before February and Mitchell Robinson's like 14/15, 17, whatever, isn't enough, Josh Hart, pack your bags, trade. Whatever that leftover salary is known to my main man, Mitchell Robinson. Because in my estimation, my humble opinion, we cannot win a championship without Mitchell Robinson or a better version of Mitchell Robinson, another player. That's my opinion.
I honestly, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Just for the fact that, like you said, we do need a rim protector, but also we're thinnest at that area when it comes to rim protection. Like, there's a reason why when Mitch came back, all of a sudden we were a different team and we were able to start to roll over the Celtics and compete with the Pistons. Like Mitch is the difference. There's a reason why we beat the Cavs. Like we were struggling, but the Mitch factor was real, man. He took on both big men for the Cavs at the same time. And it's like we have a lot of wings here. We have wings, we have Mkal, we have OG, we have Hart. Like even if they'll go down, it would suck, but we still have another wing to kind of supplement that. We don't really have that at center, which makes Mitch even that more important. Which is why I was even bringing up the conversation of Jemison in the first place. So I agree with you, man. I would definitely pack Josh Hart's bags by February if it comes to it. We have Josh Hart Jr. here in McCullough. We have Diawara. It's gonna suck because he's been with us he's restored our identity for a long time. But I'm with you, Lee.
The reason, again, this is just my interpretation. Totally open to criticism from you guys, you have a chat, Twitter, whatever. We beat Boston because Mitchell Robinson started. Able to play one-on-one defense on the island with Jason Tatum, able to switch on him on a perimeter and defend him on the catch, on the three-point line, then be able to play back and drop and defend the rim against Derek White, cutting in. We beat them because he solidified our pick-and-roll defense where Brunson, yes, were getting cooked, or you're getting that pre-switch, puts Mikal Bridges, whatever happens doesn't matter because now that back line's defended by Mitchell Robinson at the rim. When it's Karl-Anthony Towns the 5 and Jalen Brunson against Detroit, we got absolutely cooked in pick and roll coverage with Cade and the rest of the guys. When Mitch was inserted and Tibbs did that lineup change, everything changed. And we got to East Conference Finals because of the rim protection, the switchable defense, the high IQ, the ability to guard 2 on a screen, the hedging and recovering, all that, closing out the corners. That's all Mitchell Robinson. You don't win a championship without a Mitchell Robinson. You don't.
I agree. He should have been starting sooner. Him and Shamet. And speaking of Shamet, I feel like that's another. I feel like Shamet is another reason why it could be Josh Hart on the move, yo.
Shamet can start. I argued for it last year. I thought he should be the starting 2 guard. I think he should be the starting 2 guard this year too. Him or Deuce. He can start. What else do you need? Catch and shoot, come off curls, defend the first back.
He could. And even if you don't start him, having with the second unit, having him spread the like when you're thinking about other lineups, and you're like, all right, we're gonna take Josh Hart out the starting lineup and put him with the second unit. All right, cool. Then you're like, all right, Josh Hart is playing with Mitchell Robinson. We all saw how ugly that looked last year.
Yeah.
But you do that with Shamet, then it's a different story because now you have your rebounding and your shooting. So it's like I can see it, Lee.
Tough conversation, but
I mean, another thing we did, I've noticed over the years with championship contenders, there had to be somebody that hurt the organization. The one person that comes to my mind was Marcus Smart with the Boston Celtics. I thought they were absolutely crazy to let him go, to see that they had to let him go. I think Josh Hart would kind of fit the same scripture for us. It's going to, when the day we wake up and see it, it's going to be like, oh my God, Josh Hart. But when we get to the glory, we're going to see that he was just somebody that just had to because of who replaced. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. I think there's key things to it. You have to have coaching. You have to have good offense, good defense. You have to have a star player. You have to have a Robin. That's all inevitable. I think people forget the other factors, such as chemistry and such as sacrifice. You have to make sacrifices is another thing in order to win a championship. It would be so beautiful to win with everybody that we loved on our team. However, it's all about the fits, and his contract is ridiculous to me. I think that is because of him is we can't do a lot of things. People try to complain about OG and Mikal's contract sometimes. They're not why we can't do a lot of things. Josh Hart is why we can't do a lot of things. His contract is very high, and it's not that he didn't deserve it. I won't take anything away from him. Flirting with triple doubles every night is pretty impressive. But he's short. And right now he has a finger that is like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, that at any point he could wake up and be gone out the season for like 3-4 months, and we're SOL. So I would get rid of him before he was already a burden for us in preseason. We didn't get to see Josh Hart at all this preseason. Why? Because he's hurt. We might not even get him to start the season. Why? Because he's hurt. So if we could get him out the door before he gets to a point where he's out for the season, I would be looking forward to it, because the contract and then unavailability would really hurt what we have going on this season.
But that's the breakdown. I'm going to add one more small thing. It's another hard truth. His defense has regressed. I wouldn't say significantly yet, but the eye test, he can no longer stay in front of guys that have any kind of first step or lateral quickness. He gets lost and he becomes a turnstile. I would say right about at the nail. He can still guard a little bit on the perimeter on shooting, but once he get past him on the nail, I see him behind the offensive player more than in front of him. So for that reason alone, to me, he's the first one out. We have to.
For me, I think Josh Hart getting back to 20 minutes a game, 25 minutes a game, I think the defense is going to improve once it gets lower. So I'm not going to hold that against him. I saw somebody say we'll miss his rebounding. Yeah, that's going to be the biggest blow. We're going to miss his rebounding for sure.
But with Mitch back, no.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a choice though. It's like we'll miss his rebounding with the second unit, but it'll hurt more to miss an elite rim protector, lob threat, and a guy who can cover up the mistakes of Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, and a center who can guard shooting guards and small forwards on a perimeter in a pinch, like Jason Tatum. like even though you can't do it full time, like you can do it for 3 or 4 plays and put up a fight and stop him. Like that's a big deal. So It hurts, but one hurts more.
And to be honest about it, I was actually looking forward to Josh Hart playing this season in Mike Brown's system because I think Josh Hart would actually thrive in this system because Mike Brown wants the Knicks to run, and that's what Josh Hart does. Like Josh Hart runs, like he grabs rebounds and he's like a one-man fast break. That's what he does. You know what I mean? So I was actually looking forward to seeing Josh Hart actually perform this season in Mike Brown's system just to see how he would play, especially knowing that he's not going to be playing 40 plus minutes like he did on the Thibs. Like he's going to play a truncated, like maybe 20 minutes per game, 25 minutes per game, you know, to see what he can do within that time span. And also, like Fritz also said in the chat that it seems like Josh Hart is not stopping like his contract is not really stopping the Knicks from doing anything. So it doesn't even seem like he's a necessity to trade. Like if the Knicks do trade him, it's going to be because they think like he's on a decline and they could get assets for him. It's not going to really be because he's going to stop the Knicks from signing Mitch or anything like that.
All right, I'm a shout out to our guy, Mr. NBA Economy himself. Pitchforks and calculators, Mr. Fritz Alcindor. All right. He said trading Josh Hart is short-sighted. His contract becomes a huge asset next summer as basically an expiring deal. Okay, so like if that's the case, then it'll be next summer. Then it won't even be this summer. It'll be next summer. It won't be this season. It'll be next summer.
I mean, I wasn't putting a timeline on it. I'm just saying if it's before February and Mitchell Robinson's like, that number you're giving me, I'm not going to sign. In order to expand that number and make it higher, there's someone on the roster that is not short-sighted. It's $19 million right now. You move off the books, give it to Mitch, and boost his number to 25, 26. To me, he's absolutely worth it, even as someone who has to be set out on back-to-backs and take maybe 15 games off in the season just for maintenance. To me, it's worth it.
Someone did verify that for me, too. We only have 12 back-to-backs, so that means Mitch would only miss 12 games this season.
Yeah, and maybe you hold him out a few other ones. Just
like
because
15. I give him like 15.
Yeah. 12 of those, maybe the end of the season games. You might miss a few. But yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need Mitch to play enough games to be in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. It's gonna be him and OG.
How many is it again? Did he have to play?
65.
I believe it's 65, right? Or 67, something like that.
65. You have to play more than, I think 65.
I like that to do that, but that's a lot.
65. Who's good at math? You good at math, right? Ryan G?
I mean, how many games can he miss?
82
like,
minus 55.
Yeah,
82 minus 15.
How many can he miss?
Oh, yeah, there's 67 then.
82 minus 15, 82 minus 10,
Yes,
72. 91, 70.
All
All right, that's right there. That's like 67, right?
Yeah.
67. All right. There you go. That's 67. That's enough.
Hey, just sit on back-to-backs. All right.
All right, man. All right, yo, a salute to the chat. We got 52. Hold on. Wait a minute. We got 52 people in the YouTube chat on a Friday night preseason. Okay. Shout out to you guys. And we also, I think we got another 50 in Twitter. So shout out to you guys as well. All right. If you like the show, subscribe to the channel, man. We here after every game talking Knicks basketball. And we're going to talk about the ins and outs. We're going to talk about trades. We're going to talk about X's and O's. We're going to talk about everything under the sun when it comes to the Knicks. If you enjoy our banter, our jokes, our personalities, just come over to the KOT side. Kick it with us, all right? We here. We like talking Knicks basketball. And we like talking the Knicks basketball with you guys as well. All right. Shout out to Knicks Nation 112 says salute KOT. Who is this young lady? I felt like this since last year, and Tibbs kept rolling him out like he peaked LeBron.
I mean, talk about Hart.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're not going to miss his rebounding at 20 million for 7 or 8 is crazy. I feel you.
Thank you.
Okay, the young lady is B the motivator. Shout out to B. She's new on the squad. She actually joined at the end of the season.
Yes, thank you. Big shout out to Lee.
Yeah, shout out to Lee. I actually did a show with Dexter, and Lee was like, yo, can I buy B? And some other people how I've been arguing with on Twitter, I'm like, yeah, cool.
Oh yeah, I'm feisty, guys. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
Feisty, but they keep me in shape. I like it.
Yeah. So I came back after the show with Dexter, I watched the show. I was like, oh, B's kind of killing it. I was like, you know what? Oh, bring. I was even looking for it. I was like, B's killing it. Bring me back, please. All right, and now she's with us. So
Yes, appreciate you.
and now y'all see why. All right.
I was out of the 100 bums I've argued with on Twitter. There have only been 3 that weren't bums that I walked away either impressed or I was like, damn, that was a really good conversation. And B was one of them. Her and I were going back and forth on basketball related topics, Knicks and otherwise, for about a month straight, or maybe even 2. And I was like, I gotta have her on the show. I had no idea who she was, what her personality was. I just really loved her takes, and here she is.
Appreciate you guys.
That's the young lady. So yeah, shout out to B. Shout out to Ebony too, who was new ad last time. And yeah, we got a nice squad, man. I feel like, honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like for people who've been rocking with KOT since inception, I feel like this is honestly like our most talented, well-rounded panel that I've had the pleasure to work with so far. I feel like this season is gonna be freaking phenomenal, from Phil to Ebony to B to Ryan G to Lee. I feel like this squad is amazing personally. So I hope you guys enjoy this season. I feel like we're gonna have a really good season when it comes to basketball, when it comes to analytics, when it comes to the jokes. I think it's all gonna come together this season.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
I did want to say one last thing while you guys were chatting. There was something that I looked up real quick. Rookies that Mike Brown has coached as a head coach. And he does play his rookies. Nothing big, but I don't know if you guys know names like Danny Green, Matthew Dellavedova, Keegan Ellis, or Keegan Murray. You guys know those guys. He did play them their rookie seasons, and if you do know, they had great careers. So
okay, the Danny Green reference. I love that. Hell yeah. Championship sniper, man. Oh,
Danny Green, Strong Island's finest.
Yeah. Damn, I forgot all about Danny Green. Shout out to Danny Green.
Yeah, he played Danny Green his rookie year, and Danny Green didn't come out as he wasn't Danny Green ever. So, he made some of those. He got Keegan Murray his contract that he has today. Matthew Dellavedova is a Cleveland legend because of him. Danny Green has 4 rings, I believe, 4 or 5 of those bad boys, and Keegan Ellis is a defensive demon. You have to put guys like Mike Brown in the mix of why they are what they are today.
You know, I brought anybody last name Ellis. I'm kind of rocking with them.
That could be related. Y'all wait a minute. I just realized y'all could be related.
Listen, I got a couple of Ellises out there who doing their thing. Shout out to the clan. All right. All right. Just like B knows ball, y'all.
Yeah, he's not afraid to play his rookies. He's not afraid to play them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I feel good about Mo, man. I feel good about Mo. Mo's gonna sneak in. He is. I think he's already in there. All right.
Jay, what about this comment? I told you, man, he had the BBL, bro.
No,
boy. Man.
I did want to say that he did not impress me this preseason at all.
He's not fat. He's solid, yo.
He has a rump behind him. I'm sorry for these fellas, but he has a.
Hey yo. Where's Ebony?
Yo.
I'd be like, yo.
Yeah, Drizzy.
No, he really is. That is BBL Yob.
Oh God.
He didn't impress me, but it didn't work. The thing that I like about Yabusele game, it didn't worry me though. That was the first person that didn't play to. I wouldn't say terrible, but he didn't play to what I expected this preseason. But it was one of those performances that I looked and I'm like, he wasn't in a lot of lineups where it flattered his game. Again, he played center at some point. Why is he playing center? He was on there with a lot of guys that I don't think he would be paired with. So I'm not worried about him until we start the whole thing. I think he'll be okay. But he did not impress me this preseason at all.
That's fair.
Well,
yo, Lee, Kyle Lowry got competition, man. Kyle Lowry, he got competition.
No, I gotta make a lineup of that because for real.
Yo.
Nah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Because when he runs, it's like. That's the first thing I see. I feel like that holds him back a little, but he can't help it. That's a part of his body.
Man,
I was.
He can't help it. He got the NYC food, but he can't work it off. I'm weak.
I
Yeah,
was just
NYC
going
food
to.
is different.
Oh, Lord. Oh gosh. I was just going to say, man, I'm trying to forget everything I just said.
We love you, y'all. We love you, Josh Hart, too, by the way. Don't even take offense. It's just business at the end of the day.
It's just business. I was just going to say, Mike Brown has said that Cat and Yabusele are going to have the hardest jobs because as a guy who plays the 4, you have to learn to play the 1, 2, 3, and 4. And he's using him as a 4 and 5, so he has to essentially learn all 5 positions.
I would rather
So
use him a 3-4 than a 4-5.
the most problems. Also, on top of that, like there was minutes when Yabusele was playing with Ariel Hukporti, and like sometimes he shoots to 3, but I feel like people don't know when he wants to post. So like he got the ball, he decided not to shoot 3, he starts going to post, and then Ariel was trying to like the spacing was all weird, and it kind of caused a turnover and a block or something. So I feel like him and Ariel trying to get their timing together on when to pop, when to cut, because he can shoot through 3s and post. I feel like offensively, there's still a lot to work out because of his versatility. It's like there's things that happen when you're a simple player, you have less tools, and you're easier to play with. But when you're a versatile player, sometimes you're kind of harder to play with because you have more tools. So like you don't know when I'm gonna shoot, when I'm gonna pass. So it's like you have to be prepared to be all of that, to learn all those idiosyncrasies when you're playing with somebody like that. And I think that's kind of what Yabusele is going through offensively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's why it doesn't worry me. It's just stuff that you work out throughout the season.
Exactly, with practice and team chemistry and just learning each other, pretty much. He'll be all right.
Because he didn't lack hustle. I didn't see him lack hustle. So
yeah, just stay at the 4. That's it. Just stay at the 4. I'm good.
I even like him at the 3. I like him at the 3. I wouldn't be mad if he was at the 3.
That too. He can overpower people. He can be a big bruiser. 3, 3, 4, 5. I don't know.
5. No.
We good. We good on that. Alright, yo. I'm good. I've said everything I have to say. Like I said,
we gonna wake up to some ish tomorrow, so we gotta just see.
Yeah, we gotta wake up to some ish. Oh, also, Lee has a show tomorrow.
Yes, I do.
Lee has a show tomorrow. So be here. What time is the show tomorrow, Lee?
I believe it's noon East Coast time. Let me double check. Special show.
Right. Special show.
11 a.m. Eastern time.
11 a.m. Eastern time. So be here tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time. All right. Join us on YouTube so you get that alert and whatever, and get the notification bell so you know when we're coming on. Especially you guys on Twitter who haven't subscribed. Yeah, are you crazy if you haven't subscribed? Are you crazy? You haven't subscribed? You got Lee here, Ryan G here, B here, cooking knowledge about Danny Green. You haven't subscribed yet? What's wrong with y'all? I don't know. But he's having a show tomorrow. So be here or be square. And also, we have our guy. I call him the Knicks version of Arsenio Hall. My guy Dexter Henry is coming on Sunday to talk all about the Knicks and the upcoming season. Love talking to Dexter, very knowledgeable, and he's been doing some great stuff, man. He's been the content he's been dropping has been really good and very versatile. Congrats! I see him growing out there. Shout out to Dexter. Yeah. Always gives so much love to KOT. He's one of the first people to have us on his platform. He didn't have to do that, but he truly embraces different content creators and different voices. Yeah, I can't wait for B to meet him for sure. All right. Ryan G, do you have any bro picks? Do you have?
I do have one bro pick actually. So the AI craze has been going on. People making different video clips and things of that nature of people from the past and bringing them to life. In the present. In some crazy situations. And I'm just like, yo, what is wrong with people? Like I've seen Martin Luther King Jr. be using every different kind of video. I've seen them use them in sports videos. I seen them use them in, walking around in the hood. Like, I see so many different videos of Martin Luther King Jr. I'm like, yo, what is wrong with y'all people? Where's the respect? I mean, come on now. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, some of the videos are hilarious. Don't get me wrong. But I'm like, nah, man, show more respect to people like that contributed to our society. Show more respect. What's wrong with y'all people, man?
Bruh. Huh? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm mixed. I'm a little. I have a dark sense of humor, low key. So a lot of it is kind of like funny to me. I'm not gonna hold you.
I'm not gonna lie. The one where I seen him coming down to WWE, and they're like, Martin Luther King, what? And he's like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, I watched the
Walking down the
Boondocks. All right, so it's like I can't. And y'all saw the episode of Martin Luther King on the Boondocks. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus was like, can I really like? I don't know. I thought that was funny personally.
Nah, but I
can't really
understand
judge.
your viewpoint, Ryan, for sure.
Yeah, like I'm watching Boondocks when
Martin Luther.
Oprah got kidnapped on, and I laughed at that. So I can't really. I feel you though.
And Jay, that's why they got
don't get me
canceled.
wrong.
Though,
Like
Jay.
I said, some of it is funny as hell. But I'm just like, yo, these people are wild, and yo, like, yo, y'all need to chill, man.
I feel you, respecting all that stuff. I hear you. All right, yo, that's the show, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Oh man, great show, guys.
Season loading. It's loading.
New season loading. Let's get this chip, damn it.
Oh, we got the Cavs, baby. Oh, I'm ready. You know what? Dexter, Cavs, I'm ready. Make sure y'all
as long as we got Mitch, we got a shot. That's how I see it. All right, Lee, let them know they can find you, sir.
On Twitter at _Lee Escobedo, LeeEscobedo, RIP D'Angelo. One of my favorite artists of all time. Voodoo was a pivotal record in my youth. I was really into goth stuff, and I was like, whoa, this is a super gothy R&B album for a young kid in South Dallas. Very influential in my aesthetic. I didn't have the abs and six-pack of D'Angelo, but I definitely had some of the style pieces that I took with lots of jewelry and bandanas. One of the greatest musicians of the 21st century, absolutely. Also, shout out Darren Ehrman and Chris Chint, who were nominated best assistants in the yearly GM poll. We never had an assistant. I've never seen a Knicks assistant nominated as one of the best, and we had two. So Ehrman's, I believe, is the one who's in charge of the challenges, coaches challenge, and then Chris Chint was brought over to be a shooting coach and a development coach on Mike Brown's staff. So super cool. Check out my article in The Guardian. I'll drop that in the link on Cooper Flag. And tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Central, I got Schwinny from the Strickland and Jeff from Dope Soul Sports. We're going to have a Revenge of a Nerd show. We're going to talk about nerdy basketball stuff, X's and O's, get their opinion on how they think about the coaching change, new additions, so on and so forth. But two of my favorite basketball minds. Check us out in the morning. We're going to have a breakfast and coffee show.
Shout out to those guys. Shout out to Schwinn too. Schwinn, back in the day, he was on KOT a long time ago. Back when we was in the attic, he actually called in. So shout out to Schwinn. I've been here in a minute. Shout out to you, Schwinn. All right, cool. Yeah, B, let me know if I can find you, B.
Twitter, Sporty Spice. That's SportySpicce. There you'll find everything else. My TikTok's in the bio. If you don't see me on KOT, you're going to see me at a Knicks World. Shout out to my brothers over there, too. I'm here all season, all 82 and all 16 that we win after in the playoffs, baby.
Hey.
So,
Yes,
make
sir.
sure you tune in. We get one of these this year, and I'm excited to be a part of that. Thank you, guys, always.
See what you did there. I see what you did. All right. Ryan G, let me know if I can find you, sir.
You can find me on Twitter at RyanGKOT. You could also find me on Instagram at Sir G is Chillin'.
Sir G is chilling.
That's SIRG is CHILLIN. And first regular season game, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Knicks, they swept your ass last season in the regular season 4-0. So you already know what this game should be. BTA, belt to ass.
Let's go.
The game.
All right. Hold on. Breaking news. Did he have Wade Precious Achua? Damn.
Damn.
Oh, well. Come slide through pressure. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, I'm sorry. I hate to see it though, man. Wish you well. New York guy, Queens guy. Hope you land on your feet.
But yeah,
right.
I feel like Christmas Eve. I just want to go to sleep to wake up to see what happens. 5
Yeah, we
5
gonna
p.m.,
see.
right? 5 p.m.?
5 p.m. 5 p.m. All right, that's the show. Thank you guys for watching. You can listen. You can follow us at the KOT Show on Twitter, the Knick of Time Show on Instagram, and the Knick of Time Show on Facebook as well. All right, cool. That is the show. Thank you guys for watching. We are out of here. And as always,
shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
it's a mess out here in these Knicks streets. That's the show. We out of here.
Appreciate you guys.
Peace. Precious learn Chinese.
New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.